Hello everybody, well, we're back again with another video about other people's videos, how they get started, what makes them great, why are they successful, why some are not successful, and just what do these people do. I'm one of these guys that I like to know what people do for a living. How is this made? What kind of machine? Um, I watch that TV program How It's Made all the time. When I was working, and if I went to a plant, I would look and see how things were being made in there. I was always fascinated because America, not just America, but the world, but America has so many craftsmen that create stuff from nothing. And this video I want to discuss today is one of these people. I would like to give a shout out or a special thanks to Experimental Aircraft. I've been watching these young ladies do her videos, and there was a lot of information that I didn't know. Well, he did a program on her and answered a lot of questions. And she deserves this because today um, it's hard to find people who want to do jobs where they're going to get dirty, and especially a woman, especially an attractive woman, uh, would consider this. None of my kids would do it, grandchildren wouldn't do it, anybody. But she started out, well, let me go back and explain a bit about the company. It's called CULVER Props, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but there will be a link in the description, so if you want to go look at her channel, I would. Um, I'm kind of look for the history of it, but it looks like the company was owned by two or three different people over the years, and it went out of business, and her grandfather bought the business. And he ran it for years, and then about 20 or 21, when this young lady turned 20 or 21, she took over. And to make a aviation wooden prop takes talent. You just don't go in there and this machinery has been around for probably 100 years or no, close to that, 75 years easily, because she makes a lot of props for antique aircraft, for ultralights, um, and she ships them all over the world, all over Australia. There's no place that her props haven't been. And you don't go in there and pull one off the shelf and send it out. Each prop is custom made, and it shows her talent making this. And it's just fascinating as heck to me. Um, she's been around for about 3 years. She doesn't have a lot of followers, but I think it's because her videos are narrated over. She does a narration as she's doing making the prop, balancing, and everything like that. And I thought, okay, I wonder why she does it. Well, excuse me. The reason is she got a machine run there making too much noise. Plus, she's concentrating on this prop, because if she messes it up, it could be months or hours of work going down the drain. And if you have anything that goes on an airplane, has to be certified, has to be made properly. So she just can't throw this thing together and sell it to people. It just doesn't work that way. So in a couple videos where she has done some talking about it, or explaining what she was doing, like with the one with Experimental Aircraft, and I recommend that you go to their channel and look them up because they're fun to watch. She is very talented, very smart, and very expressive, and explains what she's doing, and she's attractive. Um, So that's all the things that she needs to do it. Now it's her and her grandmother are doing the work in the shop. Um, Grandmother does a little cleaning, knocks off all the ex glue off the props for her. She's married. She got two young daughters. Uh, I mean, she's doing it all and making propellers for people. And what fascinated me, she went upstairs where she keeps all the patterns, and she's probably got 300-400 patterns hanging on the wall for all the different props that she has made or can make. And I think she said the longest one she can make is 74 inches or 72 inches, and that's a big wooden prop. That's taller than me or my height, and that thing's got a weigh to them. Now she's using some of the best high quality woods, and one thing I noticed about it was there's no knots in this wood. So you know that board that she's putting in there was not cheap, and she laminates 3 or 4 of them together, or 5, cuts it out. She talks with the customer on the pitch and how what is he going to use it for? Is it for taking off? So she must be a pilot and have knowledge of it. She says she goes to Oshkosh every year and has been doing it for 20 some odd years. So most of her life she's been going to Oshkosh with her family, probably her dad and grandfather, and learning all this information that she has a vast knowledge of it in her head. Um, Her children should be very proud of what their mother has accomplished, and the husband should be very proud of his wife for what she's accomplished. But her YouTube page, I wish it had more people watching it, because we have a woman who has succeeded making something in a man's world. And these props, some of these props of the airplanes go back to the 1901, 1910 World War II grade prop. Some of the patterns that she's gotten came from that era. So this stuff goes way back. It's not a man in there doing it, it's a woman. And I cannot overemphasize how proud everybody should be over a person like her, this young lady. She has shown it can be done. And so I'm recommending her. It's called CULVER Props or Propellers. She's got her name on every blade. If you've never heard of them, and if you're in the aviation world, I think it would be hard not to know her, because she was talking about making blades for these hot air balloon fans that blow the air in the balloon to get it started. I've been to a hot air show and I've seen them fans, and they're big, and them old motors are gasoline motors, some of them, and they rev up real high and blow the air in there to get that hot air balloon started so they can heat it up. So, she makes it all. She does it good. And to look at her shop, and when you take and there's one thing about it I thought was just really fascinating to me. She's taking this big old heavy block of wood, rectangle block of wood glued together, and she's cutting the rough pattern out with a bandsaw. And she can only go through so far first. She has to stop, turn around, and do the other end. And I've used a bandsaw, but nothing like what she's got. And you get real close to where your lines are, and then you take it over and you put it through a sander, and the sander cuts it down more. And I thought the lathe that they use looks like it came over on a Mayflower, but it cuts them blades out just perfect. So if you want to see a woman, if you're a female out there and you think women are not getting ahead, and if you think about people who are not working, don't work with their hands no more, don't take pride in their jobs, watch this young lady. She is very, very good at what she's doing. So give her a try. I'll put a link to her webpage on there. and give her at least a thumbs up that you watch it, because she is fun. And I'm hoping to see more and more of her videos out there. I'm especially hoping that when she goes to Oshkosh this next year, she produces a video, because I'd like to see it. Anyway, remember to like and subscribe if you would please, and give this lady a chance. Watch her YouTube channel. You might learn something. It's good to see what somebody else has to do. Anyway, we'll talk to you later. God bless y'all. Bye. What do you think? Best we could do. Anyway, say bye. Bye.